What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Super Bowl week with me, your boy Jimmy J. I'm back giving you my Super Bowl vibe checks every day as we count down to Super Bowl 55 on Sunday. Again, like y'all did last time, I need you to go like, comment, subscribe, do all that. I love the love that I was getting from the first video. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for the second one and the third one and going all the way down. Without further ado, we're going to get it started. This is Super Bowl week, day 2. I woke up feeling really confident today. I don't know why. I just woke up today and was like, no, we got this. We got this. I feel really good. Look where the confidence level is at. 71. Nervous level down to a 29. A lot of things factor in that. A lot of things do factor in that 71%. First of all, just like y'all were already looking at me crazy for yesterday being at 65. It jumped up 6% more today. And the crazy thing is, or nothing like is different today than from yesterday. No new things have happened. I haven't discovered new things, but thoughts have marinated. And as thoughts marinate, I'm just going to get more confident. Look, I'm an optimistic guy, okay? Glass half full over this way for sure. So it doesn't take much for me to get confident, to me to look at the bright side of things. That's exactly what I'm doing. First reason is I know y'all have heard about Eric Fisher tearing his Achilles in the AFC Championship game. First of all, shout out Eric Fisher. I wish nothing but a speedy recovery for a Pro Bowl left tackle. They're gonna dearly miss him, and I mean dearly. That offensive line been shaky baby, all season long. They only have one starter from week 1 on that offensive line right now. And against some teams, Patrick Mahomes offsets that. Against this team, my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he don't really offset that much. Let me tell you why. 2 big reasons. Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett. My 2 DN edge rushers. All they do is get sacks, baby. They are paid to get after the quarterback, and they do their job pretty damn well. Y'all forgetting that last year, Shaq Barrett led the league in sacks. 19.5. That's 3 away from the single season sack record. He was only 3 away from that. Let's not forget that. We're only 1 year removed from that. Left off all pro teams. Left off the top 10 pass rushers this season. Absolutely blasphemous. And then on the other side, you have a guy in Jason Pierre-Paul who made his first Pro Bowl in years this year, getting after the quarterback. You just leave your ends exposed like that, all this shuffling around. A guard who's making his first career start at center in the Super Bowl. Your right guard is now playing left tackle. Your left tackle now playing right guard. Your right shoe is not on the left hand. Like, you're doing all things out of whack. This is not the time to do it, baby. Not against my dogs, because that's blood in the water to a shark. We ready to go just off of that alone. And we know the biggest thing about getting this Chiefs offense off balance is you got to make Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable. You got to make Patty uncomfortable back there. He's allowed to do a lot of dynamic things when he's able to have a clean pocket, stretch a clean pocket. When he has time to throw, we got to take that completely away. And we can't blitz while doing it. Because that man, Tyreek Hill, you put him on single coverage anywhere, he going off. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, Bruce Arians gets fired. And Todd Bowles gets fired. Because Tyreek Hill shouldn't see a single cornerback or safety the whole game. If I could put 5 people on Tyreek Hill at one time, I really would. No, I would really dedicate my entire defense to this man. That's all respect. He not beating us over the top. No, sirree. Not doing it. So in order to have that happen, we can't blitz all day long. All game long, we got to send 4. But we good at that. That's no problem. Shannon Sharp voice. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. Because all our sacks last week against Green Bay, or in the NFC Championship game against Green Bay, all came with 4. We leave Levante David and Devin White for run blocking. They don't blitz. Corners don't blitz. We don't need to bring more than 4. You and your friends versus me and my friends, and we win most of the time. Shaq Barrett and JPP are going to have to win on their own. But newsflash, they've been winning on their own pretty much all playoffs. Made Drew uncomfortable. Made Aaron Rodgers uncomfortable. Pretty much the only quarterback we ain't make uncomfortable was Taylor Heineke. I don't want to talk about that. That game's over. I don't even know why I brought that up just now. That's going to be huge. And I woke up, that's one of the thoughts that marinated. I woke up and I was like, they really don't got Fish. They really don't got Eric Fisher on that left side. We coming to Patrick Mahomes' blind side for sure. The reason why I'm so confident, you ask any Kansas City Chiefs fan if they're nervous about that. Ask any one of them. They're absolutely shaking about that. They know we get to the quarterback. They saw Aaron Rodgers get sacked. They saw Drew Brees get sacked. They know what we can do. That's part of the 71%. I know that's about to happen. Next thought. Next reason why that 71% is up there. First of all, real quick, make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Am I tripping for the 71%? Let me know. I went off crazy yesterday about Tom Brady. I won't go off so much today. But one more thing. Let me tell you one more thing. Why I'm so confident? Adjustments, man. You saw what Tom and Bill were able to do in New England. The same thing didn't work more than once on them against Tom. I know Tom doesn't control the whole thing. I know Tom doesn't control defense, which is one of the major adjustments we got to make. But we are not the same team from week 12 when we played the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not. They're kind of the same squad. Now, they do it at a prolific level. I wouldn't see any need to change what they're doing. They just got to perfect it and be good at it, which they're amazing at, be good at what they do. But their game plan hasn't changed as much as ours. If we execute our game, no one can beat us. We've changed and been able to beat teams. Let me tell you how. The first meeting, Tom Brady threw the ball 41 times. For about 330 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But he threw it 41 times. Had to, because we went down by 1,000,000 points in the first quarter, so he had to go air it out. Tom threw it 41. Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones combined for 12 carries. 9 by Ronald Jones, 3 by Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette was new, but still. They combined for 12 carries the entire game. We had to throw the ball, which means quicker drives, packets back on the field. We don't control the clock. And that wasn't just the Chiefs game. That was us in the beginning towards the middle of the season. And then towards the end of the season in the playoffs, what we do? We started leaning on our running backs. Started leaning on the mailmen. Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones been huge. Workhorses. So once we started doing that, we started beating these really good teams. Leaned on them against New Orleans. Y'all saw what happened. Leaned on them against Green Bay. Y'all saw what happened. So why not continue to do that? Every game in the playoffs, we've had a running back score a touchdown. Every game this playoffs. We have had a rushing touchdown every game, but the rushing touchdown against New Orleans was Tom's QB sneak into the end zone. But nevertheless, rushing touchdowns. Against New Orleans, Ronald Jones had 17 carries. Leonard Fournette had 14. Against Green Bay, around the same, around 15 and 16 or something like that apiece. Tom throws it 30 times now instead of 40. I like those touches. And we're scoring off them. It's efficient. And then here go the turnovers, man. The turnovers haven't changed. My defense get after the football. When we dropped that 2-game skid to the Rams and the Chiefs, we started looking different after that. We really started learning from our mistakes, man. That's so refreshing. That's so refreshing to see like a Buccaneers team in the time that I've been watching do things differently, stop the things that aren't working, and start doing things that are working. Like, what a concept, right? Whew, what a concept. Hey, this hasn't been working for us. Tom throwing the ball 45 to 50 times hasn't been working for us. Why don't we not do that anymore? Why don't we not do it anymore? Why don't we lean on a strong running game? We have a great offensive line. Lean on them. Why don't we control the clock? They can't score if they don't have the ball. Why don't we start implementing more of that? Calm down. I think we even got excited of our own assets a little bit. We looked at how much firepower we potentially could have had. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, add Antonio Brown, get Gronk back. You're like, woo! Let's throw. Ball down the field everywhere. And really get off to the start that we thought it was going to. Sometimes, but not on a consistent basis. Then we started doing stuff on a consistent basis. Consistently running the ball well. Consistently playing good defense. Once we started doing those things, I mean, it really flipped the tide for us. So I'm confident in that. I like that. I like that we're different. I like that it's not the same team that they're used to. They can't go back on film and say, we know how to stop this and we know how to stop that. We know how to game plan, because they didn't see it in week 12. Of course, there's tape on the back end of the season plus the playoffs up until now, and they can look at that. But they didn't experience it. Unfortunately, we experienced the best of the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe not for a full game, but we experienced what an avalanche of Kansas City looked like. We got that in the first quarter. We know what that looks like. It won't be foreign to us. Now, I'm not saying we're going to definitely stop it. Like, don't get me confused here. Like we got it 100% figured out. I didn't say that. I just said we went through it. They played their game plan against us. This new game plan, they haven't experienced it yet, man. New team, who this? With the pirate ship in the background. And we at home. I'm not over that. That's also factored into the 71% confidence level. Like, I'm still not over that. Like, we still at home. This is still a home game for us, which is beautiful. And we're efficient with when we do things. We used to try to throw the ball down the field willy-nilly. Now, there were times in that NFC Championship game where Tom just threw the ball up. And Tom, love your dog, can't just be throwing the ball up this game. But we're more efficient with when we try to go down the field. That play to Scotty, although we lucked up that they gave us single coverage, that was a very smart time to throw the ball down the field. Very smart time to go for it all. Home run ball, we hit it. Not the same squad from week 12 until now. No disrespect to Kansas City, but I haven't seen their game plan change too much. It may not have needed to, but I haven't seen their game plan change too much. That's all that I'm saying. And our game plan is completely different. Adjustments. You got to evolve as you go through the season. And we've evolved as we've gone through the season. That gives me a great deal of confidence going into it. But my last point on day two, my last thought of day two before we go into the Super Bowl is with those adjustments comes a level of coaching. That 29% nervous level, something that is factored into it, and something I don't think that people are talking about enough, to be honest. They win the coaching matchup. I think undoubtedly they win the coaching matchup, at least at the head coach. Love BA. They're my coaches. I ride with them. But I also understand that they have Andy Reid, who I know in this area gets disrespected sometimes. Like, he's not the best overall coach maybe the Eagles have had. I get Doug Peterson brought y'all a Super Bowl, but fallout of Doug, I'd rather have what Andy did than the fallout of Doug. But anyway, it's not about them. But Andy Reid is a great coach. Implemented and innovated an offense that the NFL has never seen before. A lot of people attribute a lot of it to Patrick Mahomes, which we should, but let's not leave the minds of Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy out of this. They win that coaching matchup. BA has been in Super Bowls. I know that BA isn't foreign to this territory, but they're just coming off of a Super Bowl, y'all. They just did this last year. It's fresh in their mind. Andy Reid has such a grip on the scheme of the game right now, has such a grip on, like, he may have it more unlocked than any coach in the league. I mean, it's such a well-oiled machine over there. Rarely do things go wrong. And the stuff that he got knocked for in Philadelphia, it's like he kind of doesn't have to do it. The game managing at the end of the game. Manage what game? It's a blowout 90% of the time. And my game is much easier to manage when I got Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback. Game got a lot easier to manage then. I never doubt Eric Bieniemy's ability to come up with stuff that people haven't seen before. I know I just talked a lot. My last thought about how their game plan hasn't changed that much, and their overall scheme and game plan hasn't changed. That don't mean we're not going to see some new plays. We know how creative that offense is. That's not what I'm saying at all. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. Like, they're not brainstorming some stuff that could throw us completely sideways. I know that they are. Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy together are the top or are the coaching standard right now. They really are. Bill Belichick's the all-time greatest coach. But right now, in today's NFL, it's Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy. We see a bunch of coaches trying to do something like what they're doing. Now, Bruce Arians is not one of them, and Bruce Arians has a lot of great attributes. And one of the best he's had this year, he do know how when to shut up, though. That's probably the best thing that he's done. And not shut up as in a sense of don't do anything, but he spoke to it himself. So sometimes he, sit back and let Tom Brady coach. And sometimes he sits back and lets Tom do Tom. Of course, he still coaches, y'all. But he lets Tom. He doesn't step on Tom's toes. He doesn't get in his way. I think the offense has been better since. Now, I can't speak to if it's true what happened in New England. To be honest, I'm not even really worried. I don't really care. I can definitely attest to the fact that has happened here. I can see it. It looks different. In that Rams game, for instance, the first half and the second half look completely different. I can tell when Tom goes in the locker room and goes, okay, it's enough. Time to let me do it my way now. All right, it's not working for us. Go ahead. And he goes out and does Tom. Bia has learned that, it don't got to be my way or the highway. We got one of the best to ever do it right here at our disposal. He's seen it all. Why not allow him to be a GOAT? And they definitely have, man. Those are the three thoughts that I woke up with today on day 2 of Super Bowl week. No Eric Fisher, bad news for them. Not the same team as we were in week 12, bad news for them. They win the coaching match. Bad news for us. That one's bad news for us. There it is, day 2 of Super Bowl week. Again, confidence level 71, nervous level 29. Like, comment, subscribe, do what y'all got to do, and then keep it locked here because you know I'm coming back tomorrow and the rest of the week for my Super Bowl vibe checks. But until then, fire them cannons, baby.